Time you enjoy it?
Come on.
We gotta get in the video. We're gonna show you guys a soft glam look. I'm gonna build up to another, maybe a dinner nighttime look, and then like a nightclub. So I'm gonna start with, I have someone who works for me that we call the Skin Master. Her name is Erin Parsons. She doesn't really want to be on camera, but you see these masterful hands in action. So Emily's taken a shower, so she's cleansed. So Aya's gonna show you how to do the moisturizer, and she really massages everything in. It's something I'm physically unable to do, so go for it, Aya. And I can give commentary. This is the product. Now, I'm not going to talk about tons of products today. It's really about technique, but I just think this is really an amazing product if you need something that's cheap and super emollient. I mean, cheap is not the right word, inexpensive. So, the reason why we do this massage technique, well, not we, Aya, is because it helps sort of drain the lymph system, right, Aya? So it helps to reduce any puffiness under the eyes, and then you really get the moisturizer to go into the skin. So when you go to do your foundation, it glides on easier, and it sort of becomes part of the skin versus just laying on top of it.
Definitely helps with depuffing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start with making her a bit tan, and there's a technique to this that doesn't involve putting on a super heavy full coverage foundation that's a totally different color than the rest of you. When you use a sheer product and you blend it in like a moisturizer, that's a great way to get a very natural tan. So we're going to warm Emily up that way. For the second part of this, we're going to take a little bit of a color that is quite a lot darker than Emily. I mean, like if you, can you see that? Yeah. So basically we're just going to mix into the hands and just press into the outer parts of the face.
Is this almost like contouring in a
Yeah,
way?
it's like contouring, but it's a way to do it so you're giving some warmth and bronze to the skin without putting too much product on. And you're not carving the face, you're just adding that warmth. Everything that we're using too, as far as foundations, there's a lot of different foundations out there that can work for this type of thing. I always look for something that's luminous, that's not a heavy coverage, light to medium. I don't know, should I name some examples? Because I have a lot of favorites, but Maybelline, if you want to go for something a little bit less pricey, Smooth and Dewy, or Dewy and Smooth, I think it's called.
Fit Me.
Like, yeah, the Fit Me is great. High end, I'm kind of obsessed with the Troy Surratt Dewdrop Foundation. It's kind of amazing. I'm wearing it today. And MAC Face and Body is a great one if you want more coverage. Armani Luminous Silk. And also there's the Maybelline Dream Radiant that just came out, and it's a little more covered. Hold up your necklace. I can just gonna take a little bit of that darker tone and just really sheer. So then you have the same tone all the way up. So we're just gonna add a little touch of it's basically like a highlighting concealer. I think a lot of brands have this type of product. And I tend, go ahead, Aya, you can go ahead and put a little bit under there. We're gonna do, I often do something with a touch of like a salmon tint to it, or for a deeper skin tone, something just warm, orange, anything to cut the dark circle. I mean, Emily doesn't really have much dark circles, you're blessed, honey. So we add a little touch of that first, and then just a little swipe of one shade to brighten. And this is all we put on. And this is how we start, and of course if we need to do any dot to dot for any blemishes, but I think your skin's looking great, so I really don't need anything. So often we let that set for a second, and then we will just blend in with a brush. Go for it, Aya, if you want to blend. Do a bit of curling, so I just need you to turn to me. So I have a little tip for curling, and Emily knows how to curl her lashes, so at the end I'll have her do one really great one, but I always get at the tips. Work my way. Try to get every hair and do little pinches, because then you're getting a bit of curl at the end versus just a crimp. So you're gonna turn towards.
No, sorry.
and kind of go into the middle. Did we get them all? My wrist just made a weird noise. And then I'm getting closer. And then you've got a curl versus when you do one at the very close base of the lash, it's just I don't know how you say it, crimp kind of. And then I'll have you do, if you want to grab a mirror from me, or if you can use that. Yeah. Oh, just do the other side first.
This one?
Yeah, so now Emily's going to get one really close one for me. Okay, we're just doing a bit of concealer on the lid. So we're doing a soft glam look. I just want to put a little base. Okay, so I'm starting with a warm brown pencil. It is sort of a waterproof pencil. Unfortunately, this one has been discontinued. I love it. Dang. I mean, Maybelline came out with new pencils that are amazing. It's just this particular color is just a touch softer than the one they have. So I bought and got for free about 50 of them. So I'm never gonna run out. And then I just take a small brush and I just start to blend. I'm gonna keep most of the depth at the lash line, and then I'll use a fluffier brush. This is a Hakuhodo. I love this one. I don't know the number. I don't know shit. It gets rubbed off and then I don't have any idea what it was. But I bought about 10 of them, so I'm fine. And you just blend that out. But you see this already? Like, you have a smoky eye, it was like that. Not just because I'm damn good.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Okay, I'm gonna do this, still using the pencil. And then I just take my brush and dip into it, load up my brush. I mean, I could say this is kind of like using a cream shadow, but I think the pencils work better because they're more sheer in consistency and they just glide much better. And then I'll take the clean brush and just soften the edges. All right, so we have this Maybelline New York, Nudes of New York palette. Clearly I'm not a singer. And Voyager is the color I'm gonna go into, and I'm just gonna put this again at her lash line. Technically, we could stop here and put on mascara and call it a day, really but pretty. It's so pretty, but you know, I mean, I love to pump things up, so you can close your eyes. So again, just keeping the depth right at the lash line and a bit at the outer corner of the eye. Maybe I'll take that one again. And this just has some remnants of that pencil and just soften. Barely any pressure. Nice. And that's just pumping it up a bit. Clean brush. Always have a clean brush on standby so I can blend the edges. Okay. Okay, so then we're gonna go into, it's the same palette, we're just gonna go into the color Explorer. I just wanna make this a little more, I don't know what this color tone is. It's like kind of chocolatey mauve. And we're just gonna go into the crease. Kind of swoosh the remainder over the lid. This is another Hakuhodo brush. I love this brand. And then usually what I'll do is I'll just kind of like knock off anything and I just sort of blend upward. Is my hat in the way? You turn your head a smidge for me. I can't reach it.
I'm watching you do it because I'm learning to.
Oh, sorry. You should. Well, I'll have you watch from the other eye.
Yeah. But I don't know what color that is. Is that like the orangey look?
Oh, sorry. It was this one here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's nice.
Not pretty. It's just very warm. It's blended pretty well. I'm just going to go into the color Artist. I like that. And then just turn your head a little for me. It's just a highlight shade, so we're just gonna hit those edges. Go even onto the brow a little. It's not too pale, it's just basically like a skin tone color. I don't see this one. And then I'll do mascara and brows and I'll see if I want to do anything else to the eyes, but it is meant to be soft glam, so it's a bit glamorous, but it's also not too harsh. So since we've already curled the lashes, I'm actually going to use the waterproof formula. This is Lash Sensational. Emily is the star of this campaign, so we've gotten to know this product very well. And I'm just going to take off a little bit of excess. And then I'm going to start, since it's waterproof, it's going to keep that curl. So So I'm just gonna start at the base and work my way out. I kind of wiggle the lash wand. I don't really know what I do, but I feel like it kind of separates the lash as you go out. Oh, that's great. And then I always have one of these little metal lash combs. Oops. And so as I'm doing it, I comb through. Because the waterproof formula is going to give you a little bit extra. This is just like my palette I always have on my table of a bunch of different brands mixed in, and I just depot. And I'm just going to mix in 2 colors together, stamp on the brush, and just turn a little bit. This is the quickest way to get an eyebrow. There's literally nothing to it. You just go start at the arch where you get the most. You want the most deposit. And then move upward in the front. And then we'll fill in with a bit of pencil. I'll make the brows really perfect for this look. But it's just the easiest, quickest way to me to get a bit of color into the brow. A little brow pencil that I get in Japan. I don't even know the name of it, but I love how easy this pencil makes it. How's that look?
Nice.
Soft.
That one. Where's that one?
I like both of them.
No brows. Yeah, it should be.
It's not sponsored, but we do have contracts with Maybelline, honey, so I get a lot of free product and I like to use it. And this is cheeky, and this honestly is one of my new favorite products just because it's really, you can turn a little bit, it's just really sheer and pretty, and it gives a nice glow to the skin. Fluffy Refer brush. I think this brand gave me these brushes, and thank you for that because they are amazing. So a little swish up here. I like on the nose a little. I don't know if I'll keep it, but. Okay, we're gonna go into a little bronzer. This is a Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow Face Sculpt Highlight Fair Medium. This I broke, that sucks, but it's okay, I never used it. You can turn this way. So I'm using a bit more of an angle brush, and I'm just gonna give her a little touch of contour. It's kind of a lot, actually, but it's okay. We can just blend it away. I'm just gonna go in with some highlighter. I always love to do something that is creamy. I'm gonna do a little on the nose. I'll do a little bit on the lip, the Cupid's bow, chin, and I kind of let it just sit really heavy, and then I blend it all out. You can turn cheekbone. I really almost never use powder highlighter, but I do like powder highlighter like directly on moisturizer or directly on when the foundation is still wet. I don't like powder highlighter on top of powder. I think it starts to look really dry. And we want luminosity always. Let's do a little under the brow. People are probably going to ask what this product is, but it's discontinued, so there's no point talking about it. And I think there's like great things out there. Close your eyes and do it just. So now we're going to do a lip that I think goes with this eye, but something quite soft. I have an old favorite Spice MAC pencil. I'm just gonna, I like never use this color on you, so I'm kind of curious to see how it looks. And you always do pinky, and this is quite peach. So I'm curious if I like it. And then we're just filling in a little bit. I'm gonna keep the center of the lip open. Cut it. So have a million of these. No, a million. I have like 20 palettes of lipsticks. So this color is from Bite, right? Melt Nude, it said. I don't know if that's properly was spelled right. It could have been Melt Mood, I'm not really sure, but it's very light color. So as you can see, I like to apply with my fingertip, and that's just because I can really feel like where the edge of the lip is. But really we're starting in the middle and then dabbing into the lip liner. Ooh. I love nude lip on you. Yep, we'll get a tissue. You can just blot a little bit, dip your lips together too. I don't think I got the edge there. Just added a touch of loose powder on a brush. I'll knock it off a little. I'm just gonna add it to the center of the face. I wanna keep her skin luminous, so I don't wanna overload with powder. And really lightly I'm hitting the skin, because I don't wanna wipe off anything either. Take down a little shine on the nose. What do you guys think?
It's beautiful.
Oh, is that for like soft glam to you?
I mean, this is like,
yeah, it's not something I've ever given a name to, but I feel like anyone will feel pretty wearing this look. Oh, maybe we should add a lash. I don't know. Maybe the point of it being soft is that it's not a lash.
yeah.
No, the lashes look great. You don't need
No,
it.
it looks great.